Welcome everyone. Today, we will be discussing the powerful concept of supplier partnerships. In today's business world, forming strong strategic partnerships with suppliers goes beyond simply buying and selling. It's all about creating long-term relationships based on trust, shared goals, and mutual benefits. These partnerships can lead to improved quality, innovation, and cost efficiency, ultimately contributing to a company's success.
Good day everyone! Today, we highlight the critical role of suppliers in modern business operations. In today's competitive market, organizations are transforming into virtual corporations to boost cost efficiency and quality. The focus shifts to core functions while relying on a vast supplier network for sub-assemblies. Outsourcing has become essential, especially in manufacturing. It allows companies to concentrate on brand management rather than investing heavily in production infrastructure. Ultimately, finding the right suppliers for raw materials and components is vital to ensure smooth and efficient operations. Thank you.
Next is supplier standards. So, every organization should stipulate standards to be met by its suppliers. The supplier standard set by Toyota Motors is given as follows. Toyota's supplier standard says, "We at Toyota rely on outside supplier for most of the parts and materials in the vehicles we make. Every step in making Toyotas from development to production consists of joint work with suppliers. The suppliers we seek are companies that have the ability to become active partners with us. We are looking for suppliers who possess world-class competitiveness in terms of quality, cost, delivery, and technological capabilities." Toyota relies on suppliers for most of the parts and materials in their vehicles, so they have strict standards that suppliers must meet. These standards are key to ensuring high level of customer satisfaction, and they cover areas like quality, preventing defects, built-in quality, and delivery. So let's start with quality. Quality in Toyota places a high priority to ensure customer satisfaction. Defective products can lead to complaints and even recalls, which can damage the company's reputation and bottom line. So, to prevent this, Toyota requires its suppliers to pursue quality levels well above and beyond minimum standard in order to achieve the best possible quality. For example, if a supplier were to produce parts that were not up to par, it could lead to major problems for Toyota, such as having to recall a large numbers of vehicles due to faulty parts. Next is preventing defects. So, Toyota has a standard practice of trusting their suppliers to provide defect-free products, which means they don't ordinarily inspect parts and materials they source. This speaks to the level of trust Toyota places in their suppliers, but it also means that suppliers must take the responsibility to provide high-quality products very seriously. Next is built-in quality. So, for Toyota, the best way to assure quality is to build into products and process from the start, which means designing products and process in a way that maximizes quality. Next is delivery. So, for Toyota, reliable and flexible delivery from suppliers is crucial in meeting customers' demands. On-time delivery of the right amount of product is essential for customer satisfaction. For example, let's say a supplier is consistently late in delivering parts. This could cause delays in production and result in Toyota missing customers' delivery deadlines, which could negatively impact customer satisfaction and even lead to lost sales. Next is reliable delivery. So, Toyota expects its suppliers to consistently deliver product on schedule and in the required quantities. This means that suppliers need to have a robust system in place to ensure that they are able to meet deliveries deadlines no matter what. For instance, if suppliers encounter unexpected production delays, they need to have a backup plans in place to ensure that the product still arrives on time. Otherwise, Toyota could face disruptions in their production process, leading to delays in delivering products to customers. Last supplier standard in Toyota is the flexibility in production and delivery. So, in order to meet changing customers' demands, suppliers must have the ability to adjust their production and delivery schedules as necessary. This might mean being able to ramp up or ramp down production quickly, or being able to switch between different products or materials with little notice. For example, if Toyota receives a sudden increase in order for a particular vehicle model, they would need their suppliers to be able to quickly increase their production and delivery of the parts needed for that model. Without this flexibility, Toyota could miss out on valuable sales opportunities.
In today's competitive business world, technology plays a huge role in determining how capable and valuable a supplier is. There are 4 key factors that companies consider when evaluating a supplier's technological capabilities. First is competitive technology. This refers to the supplier's ability to keep up with or even lead in technological advancements. It involves continuous improvement in both product development and production engineering. For example, a supplier that uses advanced automation in manufacturing can produce goods faster and with more precision. This directly benefits the company because it results in higher product quality, fewer defects, and greater efficiency. In a total quality management setting, continuous improvement is a core principle, and competitive technology supports this by encouraging innovation and better processes over time. The second factor is value add and sophistication. This is also about suppliers' ability to provide something extra, whether it's a unique feature, better performance, or a design that is ahead of competitors. Example is, let's say a packaging supplier uses smart technology like temperature sensors or QR codes for tracking. This gives the product added value and appeals more to quality-conscious consumers. By offering advanced and unique products, suppliers help the company stand out in the market, which is essential in industries where trends and customers' demands are always changing. The third factor is speed. This doesn't just mean fast delivery. It refers to how quickly a supplier can translate ideas into actual products. When a company comes up with a new product concept, a technologically capable supplier should be able to respond quickly and support the development process without long delays. This speed is essential in industries like fashion, electronics, or even in foods, where being first to market can make a big difference in profits. A quick response also helps in addressing customer feedback, making improvements, and releasing new versions faster. The fourth factor is dramatic cost reduction. This doesn't mean cutting corners or sacrificing the quality. It means using smart production techniques, automation, or alternative materials to make products more affordable. For example, a supplier might invest in energy-efficient machinery or bulk purchasing systems to reduce overall costs. These savings can then be passed on the company, allowing it to offer more competitive prices without lowering quality. Lower costs also mean better marketability. If a product is both high quality and affordable, it's more likely to succeed in a wider market. This aligns with TQM's goal of improving efficiency while meeting customer needs. Technological capabilities are more than just having the latest machines or softwares. They reflect a supplier's commitment to innovation, quality, speed, and cost efficiency, all of which are essential for successful supplier partnerships under total quality management.
Selected supplier should be clearly informed about the requirements. 1. Quantity required. It is essential that selected suppliers are clearly informed about the quantity required for several reasons. 1. Supplier can plan production and inventory accordingly. 2. Knowing the exact quality helps suppliers meet delivery deadlines. Clear communication about quantities helps build trust and ensure a smooth supply chain process. 2. Quantity requirements. The selected supplier should be clearly informed about the quantity requirements. Being informed ensures suppliers understand the requirements, enabling them to plan production accurately and meet delivery deadlines. 3. Specification for the materials. Style, workmanship, acceptable quality level. By specifying this aspect, you can ensure the materials meet your needs and expectations, ultimately contributing to the overall quality of the final product. Delivery instructions. Delivery instructions typically include details such as delivery address, delivery schedule, shipping method, packaging requirements, and contact informations. Clear delivery instructions help ensure timely and accurate delivery of goods. And lastly, payment terms. Payment terms can vary depending on the agreement, industry, or location. Clear payment terms help avoid misunderstandings and ensure smooth transactions.
Good day to everyone. I am Anchor ROVILLOS, and now let's proceed to the long-term contracts. When we say long-term contracts, it's all about a contracts provide stability and quality assurance between companies and their suppliers. They encourage investment in a better system and resources while addressing price fluctuation concerned through smart contract structuring. In our discussion, we will mention an important abbreviation. It's COTS, which stands for Commercial Off the Shelf. It refers to products that are readily available in the market and can be purchased directly without the need for any modifications. This standard mass-produced items used across various industries. For example, a laptop bought from an electronics store is considered as a COTS product because it is ready to immediate use without any customization. Now, let's proceed to the points of long-term contracts. While COTS items are easily accessible and don't require any special arrangements, critical raw materials must be sourced from the trusted vendors to ensure quality and reliability for specialized production processes. For example, a company may buy off-the-shelf printers for its office anytime, but it selects a trusted supplier for specialized paper used in high-end printing jobs. Even though COTS items are standardized, sourcing them from different vendors can introduce variation in performance or quality, impacting the final product's consistency. Buying consistently from trusted vendor ensures uniformity. For example, a bakery sourcing flour from a different suppliers might experience slightly changes in dough texture. Buying flour consistently from one trusted supplier keeps the bakery's bread quality the same. Short-term purchasing might seem flexible and co-effective, but it creates instability for vendors and can affect their ability to maintain quality and continuous supply. It can also expose the company to a sudden supply shortage or price hikes. Like for example, a car manufacturer ordering tires for only 3 months maybe later face a tire shortage if the vendor focuses on more committed customer, disrupting car production. When vendors have guaranteed long-term business, they are willing to invest in a better equipment, systems, and workforce development, leading to improved quality, efficiency, and reliability in their products. For example, a textile supplier with a 5-year contract can afford to buy better weaving machines and train employees, ensuring consistent, high-quality fabric for a clothing brand. The fear of paying more than the market rate later discourages companies from long-term commitments. This issue can be resolved by including clauses for both gradual price adjustments, helping both parties remain fair and competitive. Like for example, a tech company signs a 3-year contract for semiconductor chips with a price reduction clause. The price decreases by 2% annually to reflect expected market trends.
Hi, everyone. I am Paulo, and today I'm going to talk about the Toyota Supplier Standard, focusing on their cost reduction strategies. Toyota's success isn't just about making great cars. It's about the philosophy that permeates entire supply chain. The first cost reduction strategy is high quality, excellent function, and low prices. This isn't about cheapening the product. It's about efficiency by optimizing design, manufacturing process, and functionality without unnecessary expenses. This leads to a more appealing product for consumers and benefits the environment through reduced materials and energy waste. Think of it as getting more bang for your buck, both for the customer and the planet or the environment. Second is low prices through genuine cost competitiveness. Toyota doesn't just want to low prices. They want to understand why a price is low. They are looking for suppliers who have genuinely optimized their process to achieve lower costs, not those cutting corners on the quality or worker safety. This ensures a sustainable, ethical supply chain. Next is unceasing effort on cost savings. This is key. Toyota expects continuous improvement from its supplier. It is not a one-time deal. It's an ongoing commitment to finding ways to reduce costs and pass those savings onto Toyota and ultimately the consumer. This fosters innovation and efficiency within the entire supply chain. And lastly is mutual benefits of cost reduction. The supplier has a benefit too. Bulk production, improved quality, lower marketing costs like due to established demand, and the security of consistent order from Toyota all contribute to the supplier's profitability. It's a win-win situation, right? In essence, Toyota supplier standards regarding cost isn't just about squeezing suppliers for lower prices. It's a collaborative approach focused on their mutual benefit, contributes improvement, and environmental responsibility. It's about building strong, reliable, and efficient supply chain that ultimately contributes to Toyota's success and the creation of high-quality, affordable vehicles. That's me.
Today, I will be discussing an important topic in quality management of quality system, as well as the roles of quality audits and product audits in ensuring consistent product and service delivery between companies and their vendors. Let's begin with the first one, alignment of quality system. When a company works with external vendors or suppliers, it is essential that both parties are on the same page regarding quality standards. This is what we mean by alignment system.
Now, with the global acceptance of ISO 9000 standard,
there's a widely recognized benchmark to guide quality management system. These standards help ensure consistency, consumer satisfaction, and continual improvement. For example, say a car manufacturing company sources engine parts from a third-party vendor. If the vendor doesn't follow the same quality protocols as the company, such as proper documentation, inspection, or control checks, it can lead to defects or safety issues. To prevent this,
the company may assist the vendor in aligning their system with ISO 9000. Even if a vendor isn't IOS certified,
the company can still offer training sessions or quality management workshops to help them build a reliable system. This collaboration doesn't only reduce the risk of errors, it builds trust and long-term partnership. Next, quality audit. Once the quality systems are in place, the next step is to regularly check if those systems are actually working. That's where quality audits come in. These audits are usually conducted by the company as a second-party audit, meaning the company evaluates the vendor's systems to ensure compliance. The audit scope depends on the agreement between the two parties. For example, imagine a food production company sourcing packaging materials from a supplier. Every quarter, the company's quality team visits the supplier to conduct an audit. They check cleanliness, documentation, material storage conditions, and whether improvements from the last audit have been applied. For instance, if expired materials were found in the last audit, this time they'll check if the vendor now follows FIFO, or first in, first out starting rules. Each audit should be well documented, with clear notes on the observation, non-conformities, and suggested improvements. This create a culture of accountability and process. Product audit. Beyond system audits, it's also important to examine the actual product that vendors deliver. This is known as product audit. While quality audits focus on the process, product audits assess the final output, the actual goods and received by the company. For example, let's go back to the car manufacturer. Suppose they receive a shipment of steering wheels. A product audit may include random sampling, visual inspection, and functional testing. If the several steering wheels are found to have cosmetic defects or poor durability, the company can trace this back to the vendor and require corrective action. This ensures that product quality is not just assumed, but proven. In summary, aligning quality system with vendor ensures consistency and reduces the risk of misunderstanding or defects. Quality audits verify whether agreement standards are being followed and provide opportunities for improvement. And last, product audits confirm that the end results meet expectations and are safe, reliable, and consistent. When the companies and vendors work together on quality, they don't just avoid problems, they build stronger relationships, protect their brand, and satisfy their customers. Thank you for your time and attention. I hope this helped you understand how essential quality alignment, audits, and product evaluations are in today's business environment.
Now, let's move on to why supplier partnerships really matters. Supplier partnerships are essential in today's dynamic business environment. Why? Because it builds strong and long-term relationships with the suppliers in which it can significantly improve a company's operations, innovation, capacity, and market position. These partnerships are more than transactional. They are strategic alliances that offers mutual benefits. Here's why they matter. First is it enhances collaboration. Supplier partnerships encourage open communication, trust, and shared goals. This fosters a collaborative environment where both parties can develop new solutions, improve processes, and respond quickly to challenges. For example, a smartphone manufacturer collaborates closely with its chip supplier to develop a new processor that improves device performance and battery life. By working together early in the design stage, they reduce development time and create a more competitive product. Next reason is that it improves performance. When businesses and suppliers align their goals and strategies, it leads to measurable improvements in performance, such as higher quality products, faster delivery times, and lower costs. Example of this is that a retail chain aligns its supply chain objectives with a logistics partner to ensure faster and more accurate deliveries to stores. This leads to better inventory management, reduced stockouts, and increased customer satisfaction. Last reason on why supplier partnership matters is that it has a competitive advantage. A strong supplier relationship can provide access to unique resources, advanced technologies, or more favorable terms, helping a business stand out from the competition. For example, an electric vehicle company secures a strategic partnership with a battery manufacturer, giving it early access to next-generation battery technology. This enables the company to launch vehicles with superior range before competitors can match the innovation. Let's move on to the key components of effective supplier partnerships. First key component is trust and open communication. Strong supplier partnerships are built on mutual trust and open lines of communication. When both sides are transparent and regularly engage with each other, it minimizes misunderstandings and fosters a more productive, resilient relationship. Under these key components are transparency. Sharing relevant data, forecasts, and operational plans helps both parties align expectations and make better decisions. For example, A clothing retailer shares upcoming seasonal demand forecasts with its fabric supplier. This transparency allows the supplier to plan production efficiently, reducing delays and material shortages. Another one is regular check-ins. Maintaining consistent communication through meetings, calls, or reports helps address issues early and strengthens the relationships. For example, a food manufacturer holds monthly review meetings with its packaging supplier to discuss inventory levels, production schedules, and any supply chain concerns. This helps prevent last-minute disruptions. And lastly, feedback loops. Inviting suppliers to share their insights and suggestions encourages continuous improvement and innovation. We need to listen to them. For example, a tech company asks its component suppliers for feedback after each production cycle. One supplier suggests a material change that improves durability and reduces cost, while benefiting both sides with this.
The second component is aligned goals and objectives. In any partnership, it is important that both sides are working towards the same goal. For example, if you own a bakery and your supplier provides flour, they should know when you plan to launch new products or expand. That way, they understand your long-term commitment or strategy, not just your next order. That is what we call shared vision, making sure your supplier knows how their work fits into the bigger picture. And it's not just about planning, it's also about motivation. Some companies offer mutual incentives like giving their supplier a small bonus if sales targets are hit or agreeing to share savings when costs go down. These incentives help the supplier feel that your success is also their success, so they are more likely to give you their best. Third is technology integration. And no, it doesn't have to be high-tech. Even simple collaboration tools like Google Sheets, group chats, or free applications can help suppliers and businesses stay organized. For example, instead of calling your supplier every week to ask about stock levels, you could both update a shared file that tracks deliveries and orders. This keeps things clear, avoids mistakes, and saves time. Some companies also use data analytics, like checking how often supplier delivers get late or how much inventory is wasted. Using data helps both sides improve. It turns problems into lessons. So, even basic technology can help build a smoother partnership. The fourth component is long-term commitment. When you keep switching suppliers, it's hard to build trust. But when you stick with the same supplier for years, they understand your needs better, and they are more willing to help when something unexpected happens. For example, let's say your business suddenly gets a large order. A new supplier may say no, but long-term partners will try to adjust because they know your history. To support this, companies use multi-year contracts. This gives both sides stability. They can plan better and invest in improvements. Another idea is partnership programs, where suppliers are rewarded for doing well. For example, you might give better terms to those who deliver on time or maintain quality. These programs build loyalty and show appreciation. The last component is fair negotiation. This means being open about what your business needs, but also listening to your supplier side. Let's say delivery costs go up, your supplier asks to increase price. Instead of saying no right away, you both explain your situation and try to find a solution. This is called transparent negotiation, being honest but also flexible. You might agree to a small price increase, but also you can ask quicker delivery or more payment terms in return. This creates a mutual benefit, a win-win situation that works for both sides. When supplier feels respected, they are more likely to stay committed.
Imagine guys, running a business without the right suppliers, materials arrive late, quality is inconsistent, and costs spiral out of control. Sounds like a nightmare, right? That's why building a strong and effective supplier relationship isn't just a smart move. It's essential for success. In today's competitive market, your suppliers are more than vendors. They are partners in your growth. So, how do you build that kind of relationship from the ground up? In this topic, we will look at the simple steps you can follow to build strong and successful supplier partnerships. Now, let's proceed to the number 1. Identify strategic suppliers. Focus on suppliers who offer unique opportunities for collaboration and value creation. Just for example, a consumer electronic manufacturer is preparing to launch a new line of smart home devices. After evaluating vendors, they identify a supplier that provides advanced sensors critical to the functionality of the devices. This supplier consistently delivers high-quality components and invests heavily in innovation, making them a strategic fit. At this point, we need to focus on suppliers who are not just giving us the cheapest deal, but the ones who can grow with us. Maybe they have unique technology, better quality, or are more flexible. These are the suppliers we want to build a strong partnership with, right? Now, let's proceed to step 2, which is align strategic objectives. It defines common goals and develop a compelling business case for both parties. Ensure suppliers understand how they fit into your long-term strategy. Just look at this scenario. The manufacturer and the supplier meet to discuss long-term goals. The manufacturer plans to scale production and enter new markets within the next 18 months, while the supplier aims to expand their footprint in the smart device industry. Both parties agree to collaborate on product development and commit to sharing market trends and R&D insights, or what we call research and development. So, as you can see in this scenario, we can't just expect our suppliers to know what we need. We have to sit down and discuss with them what we are both looking to accomplish and what common objectives we have. In that way, we are both pulling in the same direction, which makes the relationship a lot stronger. And for the step 3, which is to establish clear communication channels, use technology to facilitate real-time communication and feedback loops. Regularly review performance and provide constructive feedback. To support their partnership, they need to implement a joint communication framework, such as weekly video conferences between technical teams, monthly executive check-ins, and a shared digital dashboard to track orders status, forecast, and quality metrics. They also define clear points of contact for different types of issues, because we all know that communication is the key. Just like with any relationship, we should implement systems that provide for rapid, clean updates and feedback, considered using emails, dashboards, or frequent meetings to monitor progress and keep everyone in sync, right? So, for the last part of my report, which is to foster mutual trust. Promote trust through transparency, open communication, and collaborative problem solving. Encourage suppliers to share insights and ideas for innovation, because trust is what holds it all together. If we are open and honest with our suppliers and encourage them to do the same, it creates a space where both sides can share ideas, solve problems together, and innovate. That's what makes the partnership valuable in the long run. Just for example, the manufacturer invites the supplier's engineering team to participate in early-stage product development. In return, the supplier offers flexible pricing during periods of low demand and prioritize the manufacturer during the high-demand cycles. Both sides commit to transparency, share supply chain risk, and resolve dispute collaboratively. So, to sum up, building a strong suppliers partnership starts with choosing the right partners, setting shared goals, keeping communication open, and building trust. But that's just be the foundation. In the next part, we will look at how to maintain and strengthen these partnerships over time through continuous improvement, performance management, and joint innovation. So, let's dive into those next steps.
So now, I am Bianca Kaye to proceed to the last 2 steps to build an effective supplier partnerships. So now we're going to talk about the number 5, which is the investing in technology and infrastructure. So, in today's fast-paced business world, staying ahead isn't just about working harder. It's about working smarter. And that means investing in technology to streamline how businesses operate and collaborate. So, what does it look like? Well, for instance, businesses using ERP systems, which is Enterprise Resource Planning, are seeing up to 20% improvement in operational efficiency by integrating procurement, inventory, and finance data. So imagine turning multiple messy spreadsheets into one clean, smart dashboard. But it doesn't end there. So now enter data analytics. This is where things get really cool. So, with the power of analytics, companies can track suppliers' performance, predict future demand, and even identify weak links in the chain before they snap. So, now picture this. Imagine you're running a factory, okay? Then, one of your suppliers has frequent delays. Then, your analytics dashboard shows it. Then, boom! You now know who's slowing you down, and you can make smart decisions faster. Guys, statistics don't lie. A McKinsey report shows that companies using advanced analytics can cut costs by 15%. And it can boost service levels by up to 65%. That's not just a win, it's a major level up. It's a major level up, guys. So now for the fun part. Topic number 6, which is recognizing and rewarding excellence. Okay, so let's say your suppliers are doing amazing work, delivering on time, keeping quality high, going the extra mile. What do you do? What do you do to your suppliers? You recognize them, right? Why? Why do you have to recognize your suppliers? Because people work harder when they feel appreciated. So, one major consumer goods company even launched a recognition program with bonuses, public shoutouts, and get this, a feature in the annual report. And some companies go all out. They go all out with awards like Supplier of the Year. Others offer non-financial incentives like Shiny Trophy, a heartfelt thank you at a big company event. And of course, financial perks are always welcome. Financial perks such as performance bonuses, profit sharing, and exclusive long-term contracts. Right? And speaking of long-term collaboration, here's why it matters. Here's why long-term collaboration matters. So, when suppliers know they are in it for the long haul, like for the whole time, they're more likely to invest in your success. So, let's wrap this up with some real-world inspiration. Let's talk about the Apple and Foxconn relationship. So, Apple's relationship with Foxconn is a prime example of a high-stake, high-efficiency partnership. So, in March 2025, Apple faced a challenge: imminent tariffs on US imports. Their solution? They airlift a record of $2 billion worth of iPhone from India to the US. And guess who made that possible? Foxconn. Foxconn, they ship over a $1.31 billion worth of iPhones in a single month. Their highest ever. That's not just about logistics. That's trust, agility, and deep collaboration in action. So, this example shows how investing in the right supplier relationships and infrastructure can literally move billions fast. So now let's talk about the Coca-Cola and its bottling partners. Coca-Cola doesn't just sell beverages, it builds global partnership. A recent example, they teamed up with 8 of their top bottling partners to launch a $137.7 million sustainability venture capital fund. This fund supports initiatives that aim to reduce Coca-Cola carbon footprint across the entire supply chain. So that's collaboration with the conscience. where success isn't just measured in profits, but in planet-friendly progress. So now, let's have a recap. Business owners must have or should invest in digital tools to boost efficiency, use analytics to stay sharp, recognize and reward excellence to keep suppliers motivated. And the last one is, owners should build long-term partnerships that grow stronger over time. Because in today's world, great supplier relationships aren't just about contracts. They are about collaboration, communication, and a little celebration. And that's it, guys. We're done. I am done with my report, and I hope that you learned about something to create a positive relationship with your suppliers. And that's it, guys. Bye-bye.